herpes, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Good for you?
Hello, New York City. I had chlamydia.
You had chlamydia. Okay. Who cares?
Does anybody want to come talk about their STIs or... It's very personal, but there's a stigma. Let's talk about it.
We have STIs!
The stigma. Okay. What is the stigma? With the understanding that stigma usually refers to an unjustified mark of disgrace or shame.
1 in 6 people in the United States, ages 14 to 49, have genital herpes.
Every year, there's 3 million new cases of chlamydia just in the United States.
Most people who have herpes don't know they have it. A lot of you have herpes.
I have no reason, or interest, really, in challenging your statistics. Sexually transmitted diseases have existed forever. But the most people don't know they have it thing kinda catches my brain, especially since it was the one thing said that didn't have a source attached to it. How do you know what most people don't know about themselves?
Come on, come through. I have herpes. I'm not ashamed to say it.
And it's existed as long as we know. Before history has been recorded and herpes has been around. So it's literally no big deal, actually.
Well, yeah, it's no big deal. Pain, rash, sores, and all that just around your genitals for years at a time. No big deal. Or what about when a woman with herpes gets pregnant and runs the risk of infecting the newborn with neonatal herpes, which can cause infection, damage the central nervous system, cause brain damage, or even kill the infant. It is thankfully rare, but it can happen. But yeah, it's no big deal. Not really.
STDs and STIs do not discriminate. Anyone can catch it.
Yes, but there are steps you can take to mitigate your chances of catching them. Are you going to cover those?
The acne on my face is worse than the acne on my vagina.
Gross.
There's no cure for herpes, but there's treatment.
I have herpes on my vagina. It's my vagina's only flaw.
That's debatable. And it's only debatable because you've brought it up. But I'm not going to go there, rhetorically or literally.
When you contract chlamydia, it messes with your little uterus down there. And that causes infertility, so you can't have kids.
You're right. It's potentially a major health issue. Are we going to talk about prevention?
All you have to do is go to a doctor. There are treatments.
Valtrex is like $12 a month. It's totally not a big deal. You take it with your birth control.
Yes, management. But how about prevention?
Over 50% of the population has and will contract the STD or STI.
When I was 18, I had my first boyfriend. I caught chlamydia.
Did you and your boyfriend use protection?
I found out I had herpes when I was 21. So, a good age to start drinking, probably.
Har. Har, 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 har. Hardy, har, har.
I was 24 when I found out that I had herpes. I was ashamed at that time.
Yes. Contracting a lifelong disease at the expense of not having used protection or taking steps to verify the health of your partners beforehand, and thereafter carrying the risk of infecting any partners you might have in the future, yes, I can see how that might cause personal shame.
I got herpes from my ex-boyfriend. He said he didn't know he had it. He might not have. Most people don't know.
I couldn't even talk to my mother about it.
I had to live with herpes by myself, and I was alone, and I was afraid. At one point, I even wanted to kill myself.
Now, there's no joking here. I can understand the kind of fear and depression something like that might cause. But that aside, What is the message we're supposed to be taking from this video, exactly?
I used to think that nobody would ever love me. Now I'm in a healthy relationship with somebody who doesn't have herpes. Or at least he likes me to say that. I mean, you know.
What? At least he likes me to say that. So, you did give him herpes? Or he's lying? Or you're lying for him? What the hell?
How did you feel when you first found out? Like, what was your initial reaction?
You know, I was hurt, I got depressed, I couldn't talk to my friends about it, I started to stay in a house. And you know, the process of getting rid of it as well is very, you know, painful.
Well, at least chlamydia is a curable disease. Now, if left untreated, it can potentially complicate a woman's ability to get pregnant. I really hope that is not the case for our speaker.
Would you have sex with somebody who has an STD if they told you about it?
Nope.
I mean,
Be honest.
I mean, honestly, no.
Wait a second. She says she wouldn't have sex with someone she knew to have a sexually transmitted disease, and you stamp "fuck stigma" over her face. Are you saying she's wrong to care about her personal health? That she should have sex with someone she knows has a disease? Do you care to explain this?
Screw stigma. Go get checked out. Don't be ashamed. Look, I'm in the heart of New York City, and I'm not ashamed. I have herpes. I have herpes.
Great. I am glad you were being honest about it. And yes, with the technology we have today, there's little reason not to get tested regularly if you are sexually active. But again, are you going to talk about prevention?
I have herpes and I'm still happy. You can have both. All good things start with an H. Herpes, happiness, Hava Nagila.
Herpes is not a good thing. It is a disease. A lifelong, potentially catastrophic disease. Why are you using your infection as a celebratory example rather than as a cautionary tale?
And you don't want to find out the hard way? Please go to the doctor and get tested today.
I agree with that notion completely. If you are sexually active, you should be regularly having yourself tested, just to be sure.
Condoms don't work all the time, but you should bring one just in case.
Do you have a condom on you?
Yes, I always do.
My man! Give it up for you. He got the New York flavor one,
sure it's
too,
not
my man.
expired.
That's so you just
Hey,
got
you
some.
have 1 year to fuck with these. Otherwise,
Literally.
Just to nitpick, but it's actually inadvisable to keep condoms in your wallet or pocket over long periods of time. Body heat and movement can compromise the integrity of the latex. A word to the wise.
If you can catch it here, you can catch it anywhere. Erase the stigma.
Erase the stigma. Dispelling moral judgments on people with a disease, that's perfectly fine. But downplaying the seriousness of STIs, or normalizing their acquisition? If you are led to think that herpes is no big deal, how seriously do you take your health? And then, how seriously will you take your partner's health? As always, thank you for watching.